Let me ask you something. I know
Yeah.
you like to speak about neuroscience, and you said you've spoken to neuroscientists on this uh, podcast before, and I think it's great. How many other neuroscience know this? How many other neuroscience know that aspect of what's happening in the brain and the basal ganglia as a root issue related to autism, do you think?
Not enough. Not enough at all.
Really, almost none.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And most neuroscientists are not clinicians. How many clinicians you think understand that?
No, none.
None.
Absolutely none.
That's where people say to me, "How do you know this stuff?" Or how are you coming up with these unique ways? Because you understand. I understand the neuroscience and functional neuroscience probably as well as anybody in the world. And also, I've been a clinician working at this for 35 years. And combining this together is really the key. And, that's my goal, is to teach others this and put it out there to lead the way. But I think you realize this is where healthcare has to go, especially brain health, the integration of understanding it. And that's where a lot of the confusion is out there. Because again, there's very few to no clinicians that understand the neuroscience in a functional, complex way. And most neuroscientists don't understand functional neuroscience and don't work with patients. So they don't understand what this actually looks like clinically and what would I do about it. They have no idea.
hmm Yeah. Yeah, it's lacking bad. And it's the silos. It's a product of the silos and um the basal ganglia is really central to I have a lot of episodes on the basal ganglia because it's very fascinating. And
Well, just so actually know, again, everything I talk about, I've published papers and research. So our paper on the basal ganglia and going through exactly what we just described is one of the most downloaded papers in all of neuroscience on basal ganglia. So
okay.
if you go, it's an open access. If you look at my name under basal ganglia, the paper that we go to describe this, and a lot of other papers, because I go into the basal ganglia in most of our papers. And like I said, one of my best papers really is really describing in detail the neuroscience of autism. And so, reading up on the basal ganglia, our paper is one of the leading papers ever published on the basal ganglia and how it relates to these issues. So, I'm not just saying this. This is something that, we've published at the highest level.
Yeah, the basal ganglia has to be involved. It's our goal. Go, no go. And it's not talked about it.
No. And people don't understand the laterality of it. They don't understand the difference and the way that the right brain and the left brain interact with the basal ganglia, even though it's clearly out there. Look up the hyperdirect pathway and you'll understand that it's only in the right side of the brain.
One of those with the lack of knowledge on the left and the right with this. So fantastic. I love it because this
Yeah,
is
a lot of neuroscientists are, and a lot of neuroscience because they really look at just the computational neuroscience piece. And that's the thing. When you look at these subtle differences between long range and short range connectivity over the whole brain, these are subtle little microscopic differences that individually don't really add up to much. But over the whole brain,
yeah.
it adds a lot behaviorally, right? The phenotype that is, but when you look neuroscience only at the computational part of analyzing the connections and everything, you don't really see the big differences between the right and left brain. And so a lot of modern neuroscientists are more like, oh, the whole right brain, left brain thing isn't really a big deal. Where most of, a lot of neuroscience in the background in the past really documented it. But if you really look at it from a behavioral perspective, it's the biggest piece. It is what makes the human brain most unique. So there's a lot of conflict even within the neuroscience community. And again, that creates confusion out there in the public with people that hear, oh, that right brain, left brain thing isn't a big deal anymore. No, it's a huge deal. And it's getting even bigger in the world that actually researches it and understands it.